Hi, everybody. I'm Cliff, and this is Life with MS. Boy, do I have a whiz banger for you today. Last night was pretty terrible for me. I had symptoms like crazy. What symptoms were they? What was causing it? And what did I do about it? Well, I bet you had this symptom before, and it's going to get worse in the next 4 months. I'm going to tell you why. Let's go. We're diving into the deep, dark world of multiple sclerosis. And we want answers. Okay, it's not that deep. It's not that dark. Okay, it's kind of really deep, and it is can be kind of dark, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. We're a great community. There's lots of progress happening. But this one symptom drives me crazy. And I had forgot that I actually get it during the summertime. And you're thinking, well, it's probably heat fatigue. Well, it is heat fatigue, but it's a part of heat fatigue that is insanely uncomfortable. And on that note, when I talk about the community, did you know that worldwide there's 2.8 million people diagnosed with multiple sclerosis? Think about that. Also, think about how many people aren't diagnosed. Like that number could be absolutely crazy given the length it takes to get a diagnosis. So here we are sharing information for people that may not have been diagnosed, but may have found us on YouTube and may have some of these symptoms and may encourage them to go get answers. Go do it. Create a log. You could have something going on. Go do it. Go get your answers. You earned it. You can do this. Squeaky wheel gets the grease is what we say here in America, which means you got to make noise to be noticed. Okay, so back to what was going on last night. So I had started feeling like crap around 7 p.m., like really crappy, like flu crappy, entirely unusual with my specific brand of MS. But this one was really yucky. Like I was having fevers and chills and fevers and chills. And so much so that I went to bed just a little bit early and I was wrapped up in my blankets, like super tight. And I was still freezing and then overheating and freezing and overheating and freezing and overheating. So I went and took my temperature thinking, oh, crap, I have another infection, right? Well, I didn't. My temperature came in at 98 degrees and most people are at 98.6 degrees. But, within a half degree here or there is I think considered normal. I am not a doctor. I am not a researcher. I'm nothing. I'm a bald dude on YouTube, and this is only my research that I discovered last night. So don't take it as medical advice, please. So what is a fever? Well, it's anything over 100.4 degrees, technically speaking. And I wasn't there, but I was feeling like I had that going on. And this got me thinking while I'm sitting there freezing to death and overheating, what in the hell is causing this thing? What is going on? So I can assume most of us know that if we have MS, we're very sensitive to heat. And that is certainly my case. Heat really messes me up. Well, yesterday, for the first time here in North Carolina this season, it was 85 degrees. And now I want to know, what is it at a mechanical or chemical level that basically causes these fevers? And this could be different for everybody. We know that there are a range of vastly different symptoms for people with MS. We can all agree that most of the symptoms totally suck, and heat fatigue is one of them. But what causes it? Like, what is the element that really makes it like start flaring up and doing its thing without going full relapse? And here's what I discovered. Because my nervous system is shorting out from the heat, basically I'm getting the sensation that I'm having a fever or chills. And from my research, I discovered that even a temperature increase of a quarter of a degree to a half a degree can wreak havoc on somebody's nervous system with multiple sclerosis. So if you're out in the sun and say it's 90 degrees outside or it's 100 degrees outside and your core temperature goes up just a little, you're going to have a bad time, okay? Oh, I just touched the microphone again. I am so sorry, Mr. Microphone. I also discovered that there's a subgroup of people with relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis that have an elevated baseline that they think is contributed to inflammation in itself. And what is an elevated baseline? It's basically anything above 98.6 or what was normal for you before you started having issues with multiple sclerosis. Here are some of the issues that additional body temperature or that external environmental temperature can do to you when you're suffering MS and heat-related illness. It's fatigue, balance issues, difficulty concentrating, muscle weakness, and even blurred vision. That's a big one for me. It's completely intensified by the heat. What are the common triggers? Well, hot weather, obviously, excessive exercise and warm baths. And on a little side note, I am a certified personal trainer with a specialization in multiple sclerosis and training people with multiple sclerosis. And one thing I've learned, exercise by its very nature is stress on your body that your body's adjusting to. But now that we have MS, it takes a lot longer to adjust to it. And if you overdo it, you're basically going to have to take a couple of days off and negate any gains you would have gotten from a decent exercise routine. What I also discovered in my research is there's a flip side of this with the chills. Some people only experience the chills, but what's causing the chills? Well, according again to the research, it looks like people having presence of MS in their hypothalamus. That's an area in the center of your brain, kind of down right back here ish kind of thing. Here's an image of it. And I've had this happen before too, but they experience uh, cold extremities. You may have seen in some of my last videos, I talk about my feet being extremely cold sometimes when my body's burning up. Shivering, muscle stiffness. I think we all deal with that. And even a sensation of cold water running down their legs. Totally have had that happen in really hot weather, which is just bizarre. Comment below if you've had that. That's crazy. So let's turn this over to Dr. Nerdy Pants and see what he says about this at a very anatomical level. Disruptions in the body temperature regulation or thermoregulation can occur in MS due to damage to the brain's regions like the hypothalamus. This can lead to increased sensitivity to both heat and cold, and in some cases, a slightly elevated baseline body temperature. This underlying issue can contribute to feeling feverish or having unusual temperature sensations even without an actual fever. Where's my pocket protector? Thank you very much for that, Dr. Nerdy Pants. That was very interesting to know. Your pocket protector is over there. So now it's your turn. Have you experienced this and what do you do about it? Comment below. I bet a lot of people would love to hear what your solution is. For me, I take a cold shower. That seems to help. However, there is the ultimate solution, which I don't have access to most of the time, which is a nice cold saltwater pool. Man, that just really brings it down. I feel 100% after about an hour in a saltwater pool. But who has access to that when they absolutely need it? And that is always the challenge. What do you do? I want to know. I'm really curious because this community has some very resourceful ways of dealing with their issues because we're just faced with them. We can't ignore them. They're here. And now it's going to be summer. It's going to get hot. This thing is going to come back. And I don't know about you, but as much as I love warm weather and all the festivities around summer, I really don't enjoy it anymore because of the multiple sclerosis. It just makes it so freaking hard to have a good time. I'm just a miserable person, but I'm going to do my best. And doing this channel and talking to all you people really brings my spirits up. I love communicating with you all. We're all in the same boat. And even though we have a vast array of symptoms that are different, I think we can all agree this is just a very difficult time of year for people with MS. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because I want to get this information out there, let people know that they're not alone. We're all facing this, and as a community, we can actually thrive. I'm Cliff. This is Life with MS, and until next time, Dr. Nerdy Pants and myself say, we're out. We're out.